Hello and welcome to Vonnet Acres. As you can see in this picture, which was taken at sunset on Sunday, October 5th, the floor framing over the crawl space has been finished and came out pretty good. So these are a few pictures of the framing before that, which continued from the last video of getting all the I-joists up in place, getting them leveled. Got to the last couple here at the end, and then started the subfloor on Friday the 4th and laid the first row. Far side, you probably can't see it real clearly, but setting the first row is a little bit time consuming, so you got to get it straight and make sure everything's aligned, and then from there everything goes. So for subfloor, I'm using 3/4 inch OSB, which is oriented strand board, which is glued together under pressure with heavy resins. And OSB gives you a really solid flat floor. And this was the next day, Saturday. And these were really heavy panels, close to 80 pounds each. And it was like wrestling a bear getting each one of them up there. So I use this kind of a vacuum pump grab handle to help me lift these onto a cart that I use to wheel them out there, and then lift them up onto the floor. And then here's some short videos of an installation of each panel. Basically start out by applying glue to the top of the I-joist. And this glue comes out as a bead of foam, and then it shrinks down to a small bead, and it's very strong adhesive. It's polyurethane based. Goes on with this applicator, and I had to do this basically for each panel one at a time. I had a total of 44 panels that I put up in 3 days. It's actually probably one of the most efficient weekends I've had, and I would credit most of it to the weather. If you remember last weekend in October, first weekend in October, we were looking at temps in the 80s most of that weekend. So it was really ideal working conditions, actually a little hot. But once the glue is on, you got to set the panel in place. With two people, this would have been obviously quite easier, but with one person, you got to kind of shimmy it into place one side at a time. These are tongue and groove panels, so the tongue would be on the left side as you're looking at it, and it goes into a groove on the right, so I had to go down lower, and what you want to do is lift it and kind of fit the tongue into the groove, and then get it to set straight with a 1/8 inch gap to the other panel. And that's all basically for expansion and contraction. Then once you set it, you get it up here and slap it with a sledgehammer till the tongue sets into the groove at maximum impression. So you basically got to use a sledgehammer. As you stand on it, your body weight keeps it from going too far. But the other panels behind me are screwed in, so they're not going anywhere, so I have a pretty solid base. And then once those are in, you just screw down each corner with the screw gun, and basically it's just an attachment that goes on your normal drill. And then once each corner is fastened, you go around each edge, and basically at each edge you go every 6-8 inches. And then in the middle of the panel, you would go every 12 inches. You can see on the panel these little circles. Those are actually markings right where each joist would be if you're at 16 inches on center. So this panel is designed by a company called Huber, and they call this Advantech. It's one of the premium subfloor panels on the market. And the reason for that is they use a special resin which makes this hold up in the weather for a longer period of time. I think they actually guarantee it for over 200 days. And the reason I got it was for that main reason, is that it's going to sit out in the weather probably all winter. So I wanted to make sure that no damage is done, because OSB, when it gets wet, swells and can easily come apart. And if you'll notice the yellow surface, that is another special feature of this, is got a water and weather barrier membrane attached to the OSB. So these are final shots of when everything was done, and I'm happy with the way this turned out. Came back the next day, Monday, and trimmed all the edges, got them straight, and everything measures to my dimensions within plus or minus 1/8 of an inch. So on to the next task, which is putting the garage walls and the shop walls up. So stay tuned for that next episode, which will probably come in a bit. Thank you for watching.